guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. I'm 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. My name is
And
Mo.
I am 1/3 of the small
I'm 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. My name is Mo.
Mohammed Hashi.
And guys, we have a special guest who you've seen at this point.
Guest host.
If you're watching on YouTube, our guest host for this evening. Return as well. You were with us
Returning
before.
champion.
Yes.
I need to sneeze.
Bless
Sorry.
you. Bless you.
I'll say I'm back.
Yeah, Triz has been with us before, obviously.
TRIZLUCENT.
And he's making a return to the show, friend of the show, of course, guest host at the moment.
King of pop culture.
The king of pop culture.
Thank
TRIZLUCENT is in the building.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Safe.
Hey.
Thanks. Good to be here. Happy to be here. Always.
Thank
always.
you. Thank
Love
you.
the
Thank you for coming.
conversations and love the podcast.
Yes, appreciate it.
man, bro.
Yeah. Triz has been doing amazing things. So honestly, guys, socials will be down in the description below. Go check out Triz's stuff. He is, when I say he's outside, he's outside.
Also, he's killing it as well.
He's killing it. He's outside. These guys were covering the BFI London Film Festival. That's why Hashi also wasn't here for last recordings and stuff. But yeah, no, go check out his socials. Amazing stuff. Also check out Hashi's socials. You got some cool interviews.
And we just came back from Comic-Con, so remember
And he
that
just
as
came
well.
from MCM Comic Con, so there's going to be content from that as well.
Yes, there is.
You lot met John David Washington,
Come
this
on.
film
Yeah.
festival. You lot
JD to friends.
JD.
my bad,
JD.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah.
I saw the video. He was friends with you, like he was
Oh,
dapping you,
bro.
like
Come
up.
on. Hey.
Yeah.
So got represent the Yank, you know.
Yeah. He pointed out the hat, didn't he? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Also, Stephen Knight. You know what I'm saying? Got to interview Stephen Knight.
Stephen
Peaky
Knight,
Blinders.
Yeah.
Showrunner.
And he got
creator.
interviewed with Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen, bro.
Queen, yeah.
I almost
yeah,
forgot.
Yeah.
Goodness me, too many.
Word.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Too famous, bro.
Nah, you lot did a great job. Guys, if you want to see some of their coverage, go onto their pages and yeah, you'll see it there.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting, cool stuff. So yeah, go check that out. But for this episode, guys, as you can see from the title of the video, we are here for the Smile 2 review. This is directed by Parker Finn.
I need to stop it, but I don't know how.
Starring Naomi Scott. Yeah, before we do that, actually, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. Follow us on the socials, they'll be in the description below. We are so close to, I keep saying this, we're so close to 1,000 on TikTok, but it's like people are playing with us. They'll give us like 998 and then it goes down to 996. And it's like, what are you not trying to do? Like, do you know what I mean?
Man.
It happens.
Yeah, but yeah, like go check it out, share the videos and stuff like that. So yeah, appreciate it. Guys, if you lot have both seen First Smile, innit?
Yes.
Yeah. And we all watched Smile 2 at the, it wasn't a multimedia screening, what was it?
It was a special screening.
Special, my bad.
Special, bro.
We got Vamp for the invitation. Thank you.
Vamp.
Thank you, Vamp.
Ruby.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was nice. Went to watch the movie. So you lot, did you not like the first Smile?
Yes.
Triz, I'll start with you actually.
Yeah, I thought the first Smile was sick. A very, very good horror film and just a very good like new idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different, like, you know what I mean? It was a different kind of horror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What about you, first one?
First one I thought was a very, very fresh idea, great execution more than anything else, and I think as a story, because my biggest issue with horrors are the kind of story doesn't really make sense, like the decision making is so poor, kind of thing, stuff like that. But this film, it moved. It had a great idea, great, fantastic premise, and was a fun film from start to finish. And yeah,
I'm just gonna say one thing.
Yep.
I personally think horror films have the best stories. That's what I'm
Really?
gonna say. But obviously, let's carry on with the Smile too. But
look
You know
at
what
just
I'm
throwing in that grenade.
I just want to throw that in there. Horror films have the best stories.
Crazy.
Guys, let us know what you think of that take. I don't know. But we'll do a quick non-spoiler
Yeah.
for the people that maybe haven't seen the movie yet and they're interested. Hashi, start with you. Non-spoiler on Smile 2. What do you think?
I think the non-spoiler is basically like this film kind of continues on
Yeah.
kind of like the narrative or the idea of the first film
Yeah.
about how it kind of this kind of like quote unquote demon kind of transfers to another kind of host, and the titular character Sky Riley, played by Naomi Scott, and just seeing her trying to kind of like survive this kind of demon, and also survive kind of like some issues that she's had in her own past, kind of substance abuse and stuff like that. And the film does incredible things on a visual level. You know what I'm saying? The kind of cinematography and on the technical side, outstanding, as well as obviously the story as well. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was jumping out my seat like.
Hashi was shook.
I was shook, guys.
My days, he
all
was
over the
shook
gaff.
every few minutes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Looking
Bear
away.
of this.
Like,
Yeah.
clutching his pearls. It's like, relax, sit down.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm honest in it. Like, before this was a professional obligation, I didn't really do horrors too tough like that. You know what I'm saying? Just watch the classics, you know what I mean, and the great ones. You know what I mean? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Exorcist, Blair Witch, all the ones you have to watch.
Thing and
The Thing, of course, stuff like that. Shining.
Both the things or just the first one?
Both of them, unfortunately, for my sins, man. Obviously, the second one doesn't touch the first one.
I've only seen the original. Yeah,
that's good for you, bro. But yeah, this film was really, really great. I'm very, very high on it. I have to admit, I do prefer the first one to the second one.
Interesting.
Very slightly.
Really? Okay.
But I had an incredible time. As scared as I was, had an incredible time.
Triz, what are you saying? Non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler, just going again from what Hashi just said, like, it's a film that, for me, definitely isn't as great as the first one. Only reason why I say that is because it wasn't scary enough as the first one. The first one, obviously I'm trying not to spoil it, but the first one really hides the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we don't know what kind of what is this? Is it
what we're up
demons?
against,
We don't really understand
Yeah.
what we're dealing with. And this one, of course, is a continuation from the first film, so we already know kind of what it is. But a lot of things is lit up, as in, like, because obviously it's a starlet, innit? She's a star, so everything's always bright lights. Whereas the first one was a lot of dark moments. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I thought was great about it. Because obviously when you spoiler. When you know what I'm saying, I don't want to go too much into it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you get me the whole presence of what the thing is that we're up against. In the first one was hidden in such a way that, bro, you don't know what was gonna happen. In this one, you're kind of just waiting for it to happen, that kind of thing. But all in all, good film. Very enjoyed it. A lot of jump scares, which I'm kind of like bored of every time I watch horror films. But
oh really?
Yeah, bro.
This guy was stone faced. Every single time I'm going nuts, he's like,
no, jump scares are
There was a
dead.
couple that got me.
I thought this film was more comedic, like, and I did bare interviews after.
Really?
Everyone was like, "This film was so funny." Like, that's what everyone kept saying.
Oh my days! Yeah, I mean, I thought this film was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I think I prefer it to the second one.
To the first one.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think I prefer it to the first one.
Yeah.
Only because maybe it's mainly because of Naomi Scott's acting.
Incredible.
She
acting, by the way.
acted
Incredible.
her ass
Yeah,
off.
she was sick
And,
still.
Yeah, and then obviously you talking about exploring the substance abuse and exploring the trauma that she's been through with the car crash and well, spoiler that part, but it's not a major plot point. But yeah, that kind of stuff. But just acting her ass off whenever she sees like the demon in play and things like that. I thought she was honestly
quick
brilliant.
aside, Mo.
Yeah.
Do you think a performance like that, I doubt it ever would, like, and considering what I'm about to say,
I think I know
But-
what you're gonna say.
that's Academy Award level,
Bro.
no? Like, that's an awards level.
You know, someone was saying to me, someone was like, "Yo, she could go for an Oscar, bro." After
This is
that,
the
and I was
thing,
like,
though.
"An Oscar?
Do they rate?
They don't rate. Like, similar.
Who's
Do you
one
watch
for
anything
horror?
else besides this? Like, how can this go for an Oscar?"
Yeah.
No, but I'm just
No,
saying
for
the
Oscars,
commitment to
like-
the performance kind of thing.
Like best pictures and best actors and actresses and whatnot, they usually go for like the drama roles, thrillers, things like that. Like a comedic role or a horror role or any of those kind. You never.
They kind of get
really
overlooked,
see.
innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much.
I
But she
could
was
be-
that good.
Yeah,
She
bro.
was
acting.
really, really, really good. Yeah.
Because like you guys have said, like, the Academy doesn't really look at horror films or comedy films kind of thing. I believe, like, the last
Anthony Hopkins won for
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs,
That's
and he was only in it for like 15 minutes.
That's true. Silence of the Lambs, I think, was one of the rare films that kind of did the whole sweep
Right.
at the Academy. I
Did
think.
Jack Nicholson win it for Shining?
No.
That's a good question,
I
though.
think he was nominated from memory, I guess.
Is it?
Someone from the comment section, please.
He's
fact
won it
check
for
that.
some. I know
Jack
he's won it.
Nicholson's son's in this.
Yes.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even know until.
And he
afterwards.
literally did the same kind of thing from his dad in
Yeah.
Shining.
Yeah.
Like, like.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
head
biggest
down.
problem. That's the biggest problem with this film.
Yeah.
That the marketing had so much of him. He's on the posters, all this
Yeah.
stuff,
And he's barely in the
and
film, yeah.
he's barely in the film. You could probably say
Yeah.
about 5 minutes.
Literally, yeah. And he only, I think, spoke in one scene.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, in terms of like her acting, I think it does deserve to get much more recognition than it probably would. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
What else was she in, actually?
I know she's in Aladdin,
Yes.
Oh
And-
yeah,
and-
which I actually liked her in. I thought she was
Yeah,
pretty cool in
yeah,
that.
What about the Charlie's Angels film?
I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
she does she play one of the angels? She like
She's-
the,
She's one of the
yeah.
angels.
the tech
Yes,
person.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
one of the angels.
Okay, cool.
I can't remember if she was the tech person, but to be fair, I haven't seen it. I just remember the trailers.
It
but
was an awful film. Kristen Stewart is in that film as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's
Awful.
great.
And then there's one other, one of the other angel was a model. I can't remember her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
But let's get into proper spoilers anyway.
Yeah. It's the,
I don't know about you lot, but the beginning of the movie, when we're basically continuing from the first movie.
yes.
And when that car crash happens, I thought that car crash was the one that Sky Riley.
Yes,
Naomi
you
That's
Scott
what
mentioned
I
that.
thought as
He
well.
mentioned that.
I
He
said that
mentioned
The
as
that.
whole
well.
time, I thought
Yeah.
that's what it was, and that's what they.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Like I think that's what already, like when the second film starts, I was like, this is already not going to be as scary as the first one, because the first one has a jump scare where the actual title of the film pops out of nowhere.
does
Dun,
it? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This one, I was waiting for that to happen. So I was like, okay, I'm anticipating it.
It was
Yeah.
different.
Never happens, and obviously you do get like where
smile,
the
blood.
the blood splatter across the floor in it,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they've died in it. That's kind of represented the smile.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it wasn't for me. It wasn't a strong start.
Yeah, it felt like they were going for more like, oh my god, that was gory or something like that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like when they did it and then the camera panned, like a foot was just
Yeah.
there in the road and stuff.
And
like
this
that.
film
I
was
like,
pretty gory, to be
It
fair.
was, yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
gory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even that scene when the other guy, by the way, who was also marketed a lot in the movie, the name of the guy is Lucas Gage.
Yeah.
He was possessed like in the beginning of the movie, but he was off quickly.
Bro, and the worst thing is, he was at the special screening.
He was there promoting the
He
film.
was, yes.
Yeah.
Snap,
He
was.
came out.
I was like, my brother, you died in the first 20 minutes.
Literally,
You did it.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Might as well brought Jack Nicholson's brother, his son, to come
I
through.
forgot he was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Bro,
But even that bit was gory. Him smashing his face with the
yeah.
Yeah.
weight plate and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much for me to say really, apart from like Naomi Scott's acting. Like I believed her. Like I
Oh,
believed she was
yeah.
terrified. I believed she was in pain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And all of that stuff.
There's something I
So
actually want to say about the opening. I'm kind of opposite to you, bro. I thought the opening was fantastic
I thought it was pretty good.
because I thought it was like a very kind of thriller style start to the film, and it was a great way to kind of open it up on like real kind of action, kind of peril kind of thing.
It was a really excellent one
Yes.
shot as well.
Fantastic one shot.
All the way
Yeah.
from when he was in the car
Yeah.
to inside with the gunfight and then jumping out.
Yeah.
And I think it cut there.
You thought
Although-
it was taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that. It kind of reminded me a bit of I don't know if you've seen the Ray Liotta film Knock.
No.
It's a great film. That opening of that film is incredible. It's got like a great kind of like foot chase scene.
Yeah.
It didn't obviously this.
So
didn't
it was
have
taken
a-
free. So.
This one didn't have that foot chase scene, but it had the same kind of like feeling of kind of real kind of oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
anything could happen right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did really enjoy that. And when the guy gets run over like that,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I turned to you and said, yo, that was
Yeah.
a sick start.
I love me a one shot.
What did you think about the jump scares? I do want to talk about that.
I thought no, we can talk about it. I thought I'm easily.
Petrified.
I'm an easy mark. I'm an easy mark.
I'm not as bad as him.
Yes,
I'll tell you that.
I can't lie, bro. I was just watching, like, because I was on the end, innit?
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
me, FD, and I think it was
Hashi.
you.
It was Hashi and me.
I was just like, bro, what the hell are all you lot doing, bro?
It's him, bro.
Every second, fam.
It's on
To be
him.
fair, FD, by the way, FD from the he was getting scared as well. I'm not gonna let you guys just say it was just me.
Nah,
FD was
you-
getting scared as well.
You were doing a performance, bro.
Bro, you lot might as well been in the film, bro. I was like, bro, come on, bro. Let's just watch it.
Honestly, but
Yeah.
nah, jump scares they were cool. Like there was somewhere it was like, it's more like, oh, this is creepy.
Yeah, because
Rather than-
none of
do you know
it was
what I mean?
actually scary.
Yeah.
There was nothing actually scary. It was all about the not knowing, you know what
Bro,
I'm saying? What's
hey,
in the
no,
room.
But imagine seeing that in real life, though.
Bro, you know what's funny? I actually would have mentioned, yeah? Bro, were they sponsored by Voss? My goodness,
Yeah,
bro. How many bottles of Voss was
Yeah.
in the film?
There was a lot.
How many times she guzzling down water every second?
And that's another thing. I want to know if she was doing that just straight first take kind of thing.
Oh, 100% she's
Word.
doing it.
There's
Probably.
no way I can't. Those voice balls are big, you know.
Bro, she must have to go to the toilet bare. 'Cause
Bro.
I can't lie, bro, she was guzzling
Each
down
time she was
every-
finishing the bottle.
Bro, every time. So you know what? Yeah, respect the performance.
Respect
One, you know what? Okay, one.
Method acting. Go
One,
on.
yeah. One jump scare did get me though. When there was, I think one of them came to her at the signing, right?
The little girl.
No, the older guy. And then she saw his clothes on the floor in the
Oh, in the
apartment.
bathroom.
And then you
Yeah.
see the underwear with the skin marks.
yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
funny
That,
point.
oh my goodness.
But then it pans up and he's just there. And then he just gets closer.
And he just run.
And he's like, yo, relax.
I think the only jump scare that kind of got me was like, like, because obviously she's like a star in it. So,
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of the dances and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
my
The dances in the corridor, but that was in the trailer. So I kind of only knew to
Dancing in the
expect.
corridor.
Bro,
They're
all
all
that
on the
backing up
wall. They're
dancers
all on the
were
wall.
all-
Like
Brother, listen.
That got me. Oh
that's how I know you had your eyes closed.
Listen, that bit was really well done. Like, you go back to them and their positions have changed. Some of them are on top of each other's backs
Yeah.
and things like that. And they got to keep this facial expression and stuff like that. Yeah, that was...
If you think about it, if I told you that's what they were gonna do, you'd be like, "That's so silly. That's just such a dumb idea."
Yeah.
But actually seeing it, it's just so creepy.
That's what I mean. Like the cinematography was dumb. Like for this film anyway. I don't know who was doing it, but I was like, yo, you might as well do some
There
other
was
stuff.
one shot through.
Triz means that in a good way, by the way.
Yeah,
Dumb
I
as
mean-
in is good.
I mean it in a good way.
Yeah,
Like, it was dope.
Yeah.
There
Like,
was one shot. Speaking on that, there was one shot upside down that goes from like the city skyline, all the way. Like I think it was.
was
on
that
New
when
York.
she was going to get her medication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's when she first comes back to the hotel room after seeing Lucas Gage character.
Oh, okay.
die. And it literally goes through the skyline upside down through a hotel room window.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the door of her opening the door and then pulling her back to it after she comes back.
Yeah,
home.
no, it was cold.
I was thinking that was
some great stuff.
incredible shot.
What did you guys do in that situation? Because I'm in that moment, I was like trying to put myself in her shoes. Like, you go somewhere, you're a famous person, you go somewhere to try and score drugs,
Yeah.
and then this guy just kills himself, and you leave your DNA by throwing up in the.
That's why,
apartment.
and then you see that she was googling it.
Yeah, that
And
was
also,
Is it-
I was thinking to myself, she has no gloves, so the amount of stuff she's probably touched and not even realized, like
Oh,
me
yeah.
walking, just touching the wall,
That's what I'm saying.
like-
Too many plot holes.
bro.
Yeah.
But then I'm just thinking to myself, what would you do? Because I really don't know. I would panic.
First
bro.
of all, if I'm seeing someone bash their head in, I'm
running.
I'm
You're
not
just
well, bro.
gone.
Yeah.
I'm out, G.
As soon as, to be fair, that is maybe just a black thing. As soon as you see something that's crazy,
Yeah.
we're out.
You're
We're
gone.
out.
Yeah,
We're out.
it's
What I've
true.
said.
But I'll just start thinking about so many things like, oh my God, I never wiped my prints off the door or
Yeah.
none of that stuff. I was just like, yeah, this is a nightmare.
Criminal in
man.
the making,
but,
eh?
But that never really came back though.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Again.
Yeah.
Bare plot holes.
But again,
Yeah.
it's kind of, and this is the issue with horror, you know what I mean? And then you say it was a great story and stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So answer that
Have
one.
you ever seen Drag Me to Hell? The Hell?
Drag Me to Hell, even for me, it's a comedy. It's more of a comedy than
Just
than
making
a horror
sure.
film.
What's the scariest horror for you that you've ever seen?
Scariest horror for me. That's a good question. Scariest one for me. There's one that I've spoken about with you. It's called like I don't really want to talk too much about it because it's kind of it's too effed up.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
the premise of it is just it's like to do with like
Is it a foreign film?
yes, it is. It's foreign.
they
you know what I'm
go
saying?
crazy with
it's,
it.
it's foreign. It's like I mean, it's too it's just a bit too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's like.
Do you want to say the name?
P words and all this like I don't
Yeah,
when I say P words, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You don't go
yeah,
anywhere
You
near.
know what I'm saying? Let's not go
Okay,
near it. But
alright.
you know what I mean? It's that's probably the scariest thing I've seen for me. Not because of like visually,
Yeah.
but like what it actually is,
Yeah.
what the things that they're doing in this film.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, bro, I don't know who even wrote this story and said, yeah, let's make this.
When he
I
explained
hear
it
what
to
you're
me,
saying,
my
yeah.
first question was, who financed that?
Yeah, that's
Who would put money to that? That's craziness.
For me, that's just insanity, bro.
Insanity, bro. Insanity.
Maybe you guys would be a fun game. You guys can guess what movie he's talking
Yeah.
about.
If you know what I'm talking about, then
Wow.
you're a sick person.
You're, clip that.
You don't got anything else to say about Smile 2? I don't know. Like, they're really.
I would say and this is what I brought up right at the beginning about it's so well lit, this whole
Yeah.
film, yeah, and that's the problem for me because monstrosity I think they call it monstrosity mum or something like that. You know the thing, the actual this demon thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So that actual thing in the first film,
Yeah.
when you see it, because obviously you see them look up, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like when you're looking, you don't. What are they looking at?
Yeah.
They just stop and then they start opening their mouth.
Yeah.
And then in the first one, you actually see the monstrosity thing climb inside
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
woman's mouth, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas this one, it's on a well-lit stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're seeing it. You're obviously, her body falls apart and it comes out of her stomach.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then you're seeing it well-lit. And for me, when I see anything like type of creature, type of monster, whatever, in an open space that's bare lights,
It's not very scary.
It takes it all away from me.
It's not very
You know what I'm saying?
scary,
It's more like fantasy now.
I will say, out of all of this quote unquote scary parts, seeing the demon at the end was least.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and when you watch it in the first one, you are like, oh,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So for me, that was the only thing. And then obviously, because at the end, obviously, spoiler, we're in spoilers, right?
Yeah.
She does it at the end. And obviously she bashes her head in with a
Microphone.
With a microphone, right?
Yeah.
They don't show it, but then they show at the end the microphone bash into her head.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, you might as well show the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this ain't
You know
terrifying.
what? Now that you say that, I hear that. Yeah. That does make a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, like I said, it was a good film. Enjoyed it a lot, but in terms of like it being like the first one, the first one just.
It's strange that you mentioned the lighting and stuff like that. You would think that if you showed someone that didn't know anything about the Smile franchise, these two movies, I feel like people wouldn't say that they're prequels. They're partners. Because the first one is kind of like low budget, not very well lit.
Did you ever see the actual short that he made? I think it was like 15, 30 minutes.
I haven't seen it now.
Bro,
Because this was meant to be that, wasn't it? It started off as that.
Yeah, that's what it started off.
Smile started off as a short.
in the
isn't it?
beginning,
Yeah.
and then obviously it must have got like financed by whoever. What studio was it?
It's not Blumhouse, is it?
No,
It's Paramount.
Paramount. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just thinking like the first one is so like, it's not as well lit. It's very grey, dark, that movie. Even like the tone of it is very dark. But this one is like high budget, it's lit up and things like that.
It was giving me a lot of track
think that
vibes.
this one's a sequel to this one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Apart,
You only say
apart
sorry.
from like the premise.
Sorry, you only say trap because it's a musical star
In a stadium, yeah.
In a stadium,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But for me, I
There's a
think,
big similarity though.
yeah, to be fair. But for me, one of the best sequences when she, in her mind, like after she went to some kind of charity event, absolutely made a fool of herself.
Oh my god, bro!
Remember
That I was cringing
yeah, that was
the
tough.
whole time.
And the makeup was like off and all this kind of stuff.
Yes. And her eyes welling up, and she starts crying, and she's saying like all this crazy stuff.
And then she knocks someone off the stage.
Yeah, and she was the old woman.
When the
on
old
stage.
woman in it,
That
she
was jokes.
dashed that old
Again,
woman.
and that was so funny. Again,
jokes.
that was kind of one of those funny scenes you're talking about, kind of thing. But then, for me, one of the best sequences when she was in the rehab center thing,
And the mum.
and the mum, and she kills her own mother, like in her mind, when it doesn't really happen, and
Yes,
kind of thing.
yeah.
So good. You know what I'm saying? And she gets her assistant to kind of get out of here, like get out of the room, stuff like that. And you see all the kind of gears turning in her mind. And we basically stick with her the whole time. And she comes downstairs thinking, this was another funny part, thinking that just her wearing a hoodie and
the bare blood all over the
the
gown.
kind of hospital gown wouldn't kind of give anything away.
Yeah.
And then she grabbing the security guards, huge kind of like Desert Eagle style gun, which is so silly and stuff like that, so funny. And then her literally like stepping on a piece of glass, adding more jeopardy to the scene.
Her panic in that scene was really good. Yeah.
Exactly. And her driving with her friend.
Oscar. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, her driving with her friend who wasn't her friend
Yes.
turned out to be a figment of her
Which, come on,
imagination.
did you all see that happening? You
I
must have-
didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, come on.
I didn't.
I personally didn't see it.
I didn't.
You should have seen that was coming.
Yeah.
Another thing as well, another plot hole. After that moment, when she realizes, she's by herself driving, she meets the guy who wants to do the kind of like, I guess, a lobotomizer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would it be that word?
It's and not.
I would say kind of like a assisted
But he
killing.
wants to. He
Yeah,
wants
but
to.
what's that called? What's the actual term for that called?
I don't know.
Obviously, anesthesia is when they put you to sleep, right? But what's the other word when they like?
Anesthetic.
Speak with N.
N. Oh.
Comment down below if you know the word I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah.
Where they kill you in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is, she was going to get switched off and switch back on again.
Yeah.
So that demon could go. But when did they agree to meet? They never agreed.
No, they met in the.
They met in the bar, but she stormed out, guys.
But he said like, here's my number, like if you change your mind.
Yeah.
But
He didn't
we
mention
never
it.
saw that scene happening.
That was seen that you asked me that even in the cinema.
I
That
know,
that
but
scene
you never
happened.
explained it, okay? Do you want to do this here?
Because I was so scared.
All right, listen. What I'm saying is, they met for the first time at the bar.
Yeah.
Spoke, said, yo, we got to sort this out,
Yeah,
whatever. She started panicking. People started recognizing her. She dipped out. Yeah, because obviously the plan was crazy. What do you mean kill me and then bring me back to life? It was nuts. They go, whatever, the rest of the movie happens. She kills her mum. She runs out of the hospital. She's in the car. between that scene in the bar and the scene in the car,
Bro.
she never called them.
In that
texting him,
scene,
they're texting.
in that scene, he gave her his details.
Sure.
Yeah.
We never saw her call him and say, "Yo, let's do this."
But
They just
text.
turned
So
up
they
there.
text. She texted.
No, they never.
They did definitely text. They
definitely
But did they say, "Let's meet up"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said,
And he
"Where
said,
are
"Come
you?
here."
Come to the location. I'm here
And he
right
goes,
now."
Is it?
Yeah. But was he actually ever really there?
That's another good question. See what I'm saying?
Because because obviously
She ended up on stage.
Yeah, he closes the door and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you 1 sec," and closes the door.
Because
Box.
it makes me think if she was on stage the whole time,
He wasn't real.
so then her mum's not dead. Because her mum was in the crowd.
Mum was in the crowd. He was-
Cool. So her mum's not dead yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the hell is real?
Bro, that's the beauty of the movie.
Yes.
Well, that's the beauty.
No,
of the movie.
it truly is, because again, like, you're constantly asking questions after you come out
guessing.
the,
Yeah,
after you
yeah,
come
yeah.
out the film.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And because everyone now, obviously, there's most probably going to be a smile free. Do you know what I'm saying?
Which, by the way, she's possessed a whole stadium of people.
exactly.
So yeah.
So how the hell is that gonna work?
Exactly.
I really do wonder how it's gonna work, and I think, how many do you reckon they'll do? Smiles.
Well,
That's a good question. isn't it?
till the money dries up. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, I mean,
They've done 10 Saws.
this would
so-
be a big kind of protagonist for like a third and final one, having multiple people. be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So maybe that's 3.
Yeah.
I was it.
I think 3's a good number.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
because Parker Finn's next film is a remake of a fantastic horror film which I have watched called Possession
Okay.
Hey.
with Sam Neill.
So he's a horror director at this point, Parker Finn.
But he's also like he's a very very good director though.
Yeah.
Like, and I think he would do a great like thriller film.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like give him like a script that is meant for M. Night Shyamalan. I think he's gonna kill it.
Fairs.
That's what I think. What do you think?
That's kind of shade to M. Night, but I hear it.
M. Night, let's be like, has M. Night's hit rate been that great since Split?
I'm pretty sure someone said Knock at the Cabin was good. I'm sure they would.
I don't think it was
Nah,
terrible.
it
I don't.
wasn't.
I don't think it was terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
you go.
but it
Terrible,
wasn't,
yeah.
it wasn't great.
Like if I had to go with that one or like Trap, for example.
I mean, I wouldn't
Trap
give this.
wasn't-
I wouldn't give the Smile 2 script to M. Night and be like, "Yo, make this film."
Yeah.
Because they'll shit the bed.
All right, guys. Let's rate this. Anyone else got final thoughts on the movie? Anything you want to say?
Looking forward to the third one, if there will be one.
Yeah.
There will be one, 100%.
Yeah.
This printed money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
I mean,
and
you
it's
saw.
still doing well, considering like it's almost Halloween now.
Yeah, Triz, you saw that and Terrifier 3
Mm.
around the same time ish. They're both different horrors.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you prefer?
Depends how fucked up you are. So I don't know if I can swear on that.
Of course you
Yeah, but it depends. But I guess Terrifier 3 for me, I think Smile 2 is a better story.
Yeah.
But if you actually go to horror to just actually enjoy like let's say blood, guts, and all that kind
Mindless
of stuff.
gore,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's the word when you're like it begins with S? Like just when you're just like it's just mindless killing. You know what I'm saying?
Sadistic?
Sadistic. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So
it makes no sense because he was explaining to me the plot and some of the things that happened in Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
bro.
What?
I
Some
watched-
things happen in
like-
Terrifier 3, bro. Like
it makes no sense. It's just like, it makes no
Bro.
sense, bro. There's no sense to it.
I
You know what
remember
mean?
listening to someone, these guys I listened to for reviews. I was listening to them reviewing Terrifier 1 like 2 years ago or something. And I was just thinking to myself, all you guys have spoken about is how they killed this person.
Yeah, bro.
Or how they killed that person. Nothing about the story.
Nothing about
Yeah.
story,
Nothing
nothing about
about- yeah.
narrative,
That's-
nothing
that's-
about
that's-
character growth.
But some people like that in horror. Like, that's a sick kill. Like slasher movies. Like, they love that.
That's why I say horror films have the best stories, and the reason why is because.
They don't. They literally don't. They just
But hear what I'm
make it
saying.
as-
Hear what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
the story is so bland, so basic. You know what I'm saying? That all you have to add to it is just a couple great kills and a couple twisted things in your mind, and that's what makes it a good film. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it.
I hear you. I mean, a lot of people do love horror, man.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah,
so
bro.
it's-
It's a lit thing. It's Halloween season. You know
I
what
will
I'm
say
saying?
this though. I love watching horror with people.
Yeah.
Because if I'm watching by myself, it's cool, whatever. I watch it by myself. Like, I watch Smile 1 by myself, whatever, fine. But when you're watching it with people, their reactions, I feel like it makes it so much
Do you
more
remember
fun.
when we watched at last
to
year's
me.
Sundance? Talk to me
Yeah.
on closing night
Yeah, yeah,
in a
yeah.
packed theater
Yeah.
at 10 p.m.
Yeah, people were going crazy.
Could you not even get through that?
What do you mean?
Yes.
I'm just asking it because
Yes.
if you was like,
Oh, no,
Smile too.
yeah, no, I was able to get. I feel like Talk to Me didn't have jump scares like crazy.
It had a couple, man. Like
It was a few things, but it was more just like
the old lady in the wedding dress.
I
got
think
me.
the
talk
bedroom.
to me.
Yeah.
Like you see Smile 2, this is what I love about horrors, because you want to see which one can the most realistic one out of them.
Right.
The reason why Terrifier 1 was so good is because that's realistic. There's some madmen out there that could do this kind of mad stuff.
That's how I feel about like movies like Get Out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then Smile 2, for example, demon, whatever, that kind of thing in it. But then, you know what I'm saying, Terrifier, that's something that could actually happen. You get me? Hey,
Oh, the
love
cloud,
a good
man.
horror. Love a good horror. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, let's do ratings, guys. Out of 10. Triz will let you go last and
Cool.
think about it for a sec. Hashi, what you saying? Out of 10. Smile 2.
Smile 2 out of 10. This was, in terms of horrors, decent story. Again, I wanted it to build more off the first film.
Yeah.
And it didn't really kind of build upon the narrative. On a technical level, outstanding. Direction, outstanding. Performances, outstanding. Especially from the titular kind of lead in Naomi Scott. So I'd be remiss if I didn't give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair score.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go around that, maybe 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say that's a
Yeah.
fair score. But Naomi Scott, quality. But yeah, Triz?
I think, similar to what you said, based on the performances, based on visually how it looks,
Yeah.
Incredible.
based on just, I guess, even some of like the CGI that is using it, things like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think 7 is a fair
Yeah.
fair score. Good story as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you walk in there, you walk in there not knowing anything, and you're gonna walk out there thinking, I don't know. Now I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And for me, those are the signs of a good film,
Yeah.
or a good horror film anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd say 7 out of 10 is a fair score.
Last question before we close off.
But where you going? Go on.
Do you not think it's like, because there's a few horrors I still need to see this year. I still need to see Substance, Long Legs. I saw the TV Glow.
Yeah.
Movies like that, but
I wouldn't say that's
best.
horror.
Was it not horror? I thought it was.
No, it wasn't horror, no.
Oh, I thought I saw horror beside its name. But would you say it's the best horror of the year? Probably not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good question, bro.
Some people, I know you didn't, but a lot of people loved Substance.
Substance was awful, yeah.
I mean,
Awful fun.
I hate when you
Awful
do
fun.
this.
Awful.
Best horror. I haven't seen Substance yet.
Long
So,
Legs.
I've seen Long Legs. That was awful.
Oh,
That was bad.
I'm a bit more high on Long Legs
That was a bad
than
film.
he was. I remember we did the review.
you like Long Legs more than Substance?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, at least that was like a cohesive
It
narrative.
was
right?
artsy fartsy horror. Nah,
That's fun.
I want to see people get bodied. I want to see legs flying off or whatever.
What we're saying, Smile is like maybe up there.
Smile's
In a
good.
Violent Nature was also another terrible film that I watched. I remember I was literally venting to him for like an hour and a half about how
Yeah.
bad that film was.
I don't know about best horror. I think, listen, when it comes up against Terrifier 3 was good.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So for me, it's not the best horror of the year, but it's definitely up
it's
there.
up there. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, guys, that was our review for Smile 2. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the movie. Let us know what you think of Smile 1 as well. I guess the franchise as a whole. Triz, thank you for being here. His socials are down in the description below, so please go check out his content. Got amazing stuff. Triz is literally posting all the bloody time, and I love it. I love it, mate. No, it's great, honestly.
Consistency.
Yeah,
That's what you want,
There you
bro.
go, exactly. So go check that out. He's always drilling consistency in our head, so it's good. We appreciate you, brother. Yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out, and we'll see you for more reviews. Peace.